Hello guys, Eric here, and for those of you who know me or have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been through quite a few different carriers and quite a few different phones. So in the past 2 years, I've been through 4 budget carriers, so let me run you down on all of them and what I thought of each. The first carrier I ever used was Republic Wireless. For the most part, it's a pretty typical network, although its prices are very competitive, ranging from a minimum of $5 to at most $45. Every time you were connected to internet, all of your texting and calls would go through that, which made it very cheap for them. But there were a couple of problems with that. For starters, they had to make their own custom version of Android. Their version of Android didn't actually change any of the features, it just made sure that you could easily switch between internet and cellular, but there were a couple problems from that. Republic Wireless definitely wasn't perfect, other than the fact that the phone itself was expensive. I didn't get my KitKat update for the 2013 Moto X until about 8 months after its release. My parents are still using Republic Wireless totally fine. They love it, it's very cheap, and it's overall really good for people who aren't particularly heavy users or techies, but for me, I had to move on. Not only because I didn't like Republic Wireless, but because 2 of my phones from them had broken. That means that my Moto X 2013 and 2014, which were the only 2 phones they supported, had both broken within the year and a half that I had been with them. I wasn't going to keep investing hundreds and hundreds of dollars into phones, so I reached out to Alcatel and asked for the Idol 3. They sent it over as a review unit, and I'm very gracious for that. From there on out, I went to my second carrier, which isn't really even a carrier. I just used Textnow for free. I would watch ads every day, so by the time I was done using Textnow, I had about 300 minutes built up. You got unlimited incoming calls and unlimited texting when you're on Wi-Fi. If I was in a place where I didn't have Wi-Fi, I could ask a friend, or I just went into a public establishment and I just asked if I could use their phone. It was simple, it was nice, but not having actual service couldn't last forever. So I moved on to my next carrier. I had heard about this carrier in an Austin Evans video and decided to give it a try, and that's Simple Mobile. Probably seen Simple Mobile before. They're the carrier that you'll see SIM cards for when you're walking out of a store in the place where I used to think they would only sell chocolate. I paid $25 a month for unlimited talk and text with no data, but it was worth it. It was a T-Mobile subsidiary, so it worked on the Alcatel Idol 3 with a GSM band perfectly fine. I was able to swap out my SIM when I got the Nexus 6P with no problem, and overall, I just really liked working with Simple Mobile. Eventually, I got tired of not having data, so I went around looking for the best budget unlimited data plans out there. I didn't really care about speeds, and I found 2 different carriers. The first was the T-Mobile Secret Plan. It's $30 a month. I went and inquired about it, and it seemed pretty interesting, but then I found Google Fi. Now, I am a Google fanboy. I absolutely love every Google product, so when I heard about Google Fi and its concepts, I was very interested. Project Fi is a collaboration between Google, T-Mobile, and Sprint, where you'll switch between T-Mobile and Sprint towers wherever you have better reception for one or the other. It only works with Nexus devices, but I had my Nexus 6P and still have my Nexus 6P, and I love it. The best part about Google Fi is that while it's not technically labeled as a budget carrier, it's a pay-for-what-you-get carrier. That means it's $10 for every gig you use, there's no overages, and if you use less than a gig, you'll get credit restored on your account so your next bill is cheaper. I'm paying $25 a month right now, same thing with Simple Mobile, for unlimited talk and text, and I use as much data as I need, which isn't too much. It's enough if I need to look up a map or call a quick Uber. That was a quick synopsis of every budget carrier I've been on. And this has taught me one thing: you really do pay for quality. It costs a lot to get a great carrier, and that's probably why I was switching back and forth so much. But I definitely can recommend Simple Mobile, Project Fi, Republic Wireless, and Textnow to 4 different types of people. Republic Wireless, for the person who isn't a techie, who just needs functionality. Textnow for the kid, like my little brother, who their parents don't want to buy them cell reception, but they still want to talk with their friends. Simple Mobile for somebody who wants something simple, cheap, and fast. And Project Fi for the person who doesn't want to lose reception and who wants to make sure that they're only paying for what they're using. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, drop me a comment down below why you didn't. This is Eric, and I have more videos coming your way.